Hi everybody, it's Dave from Dialway Queen here. Today I'm going to talk about softness. Now softness is a subject that is often a bit misunderstood. People see softness, at least in Western cultures, as weakness, as vulnerability, and also traditionally a feminine virtue. And this is a problem that I think a lot of guys especially, but also girls have with our Wing Chun, is to come to terms with this idea of being soft and even the idea of being weak. Our traditional story says that an old lady taught a young lady, whose name was Wing Chun, the old lady's name was Nung Mei, the art of Wing Chun, and that within a year she beat a big bully, a warlord, some kind of guy, possibly a martial artist, probably was. And really the idea is that she beat her enemy with softness. So let's think about what softness could be. Sigung Chu talked about softness as soft power. He said that Wing Chun has a soft power, and he often used the words Fong Sung. Now these words are words I knew for quite a long time, and always they were interpreted as relax, get rid of tension. Good Chinese friend of mine, Sifu Stephen Lung, told me recently that Fong Sung is two words that connect together, and the first word Fong literally means to let go, and the word Sung means softness, or soft. So he said that you have to Fong before you can Sung. You have to let go before you can become soft. So this is obviously an ongoing work. It's something that it's a big part of what we do in Chu Shong Tin lineage, Yip Man lineage. How do we become soft? How do we Fong Sung? So letting go is a concept that could be seen many different ways. Obviously, relax, let go of tension, audit your body, look at what's going on in your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes, to the tips of your fingers. Is there tension there? If you can feel tension, then you need to find a way to let it go. And my approach to it is that the softest thing is the most natural thing. And I've just been reading a wonderful book called The Chronicles of Tao, which my good friend Roy gave to me. We train regularly together. And it's a mind-blowing book. But in the start, one of the first chapters, the Taoist young disciples are teaching this even younger guy, who's sort of the guy the book's about, Sai Hung, about how the ancient Taoists studied animals and looked at how animals are and how they live their life, and used them as the masters that they learnt from. And something I've always looked at in animals is their softness. Even the most dangerous animals like tigers, lions, dogs, cats of all types, and gentle creatures like frogs, they all have an incredible softness about them. And that softness is not weakness in the way that they're just feeble. They're not like that at all. That softness is, I guess, unconscious, which leads me to the idea of natural unconscious body, natural unconscious movements and force. Because when we do things that are not artificial, we're not thinking about it with the conscious frontal lobe mind, then we're just soft and natural. We don't tense up when we're reaching for something ordinary. We might if we're reaching for a dangerous snake. But if we're just reaching for a lamington, which is an Australian famous cake, then that's a state of sung. That's a soft state. and we don't have to let go because we're not tensing. So natural movements, just being natural, is a state of Fong Sung. But we need to cultivate it to make it into Kung Fu. It has become a profound state, and the state that the animal's in is a profound state, and we actually are animals, believe it or not. I certainly am an animal. I know that I have to go to the toilet, I have to breathe, I have to sleep, I have to eat. I'm definitely an animal, and so are you, sorry to tell you. But our human consciousness that overlays that natural mind makes us unnatural, and we all know that we act very unnaturally in a lot of ways. And so for us in our Wing Chun, we have to find, how can I find the natural me? And so letting go, it's really easy, but the hard thing is not changing from that when we start to be under pressure in any way. I think the most important thing is just to work on Fong Sung, work on letting go and finding softness. It's a meditation, something that you need to think about regularly in your life. And if you feel that you don't train enough, I'll put it to you that you can train this every waking hour. You don't need to train it when you're asleep because you're doing it perfectly. But if you want to really train your Wing Chun like the old timers did, meditate on what it is to be soft and natural every single waking hour. So it doesn't have to disturb what you're doing, but just think about it all the time. Think about what do natural movements feel like. Watch animals. If you're lucky enough to be around animals enough, watch how they move, watch how they react. Think about their mind state. What's the state of mind? Children also the same, especially little children. I've had 3 children and I've observed them all, especially when they were babies, and it's fascinating from a Wing Chun point of view to see the way they move, the way they reach for things. And as you might remember, one of the pivotal ideas for me was something Susanna Ho said to me back in 98, 99. She said, don't think of a Wing Chun punch like a punch, think of it as a baby reaching for an apple. And I loved her for saying that, because to me, I was always romantic about Kung Fu, and that was such a Kung Fu thing to say. I just sort of always got that, and as a young guy I wanted to learn internal Wing Chun, internal Kung Fu at least. I didn't realise Wing Chun was internal, but I wanted to learn that. So I'll leave it at that. Fong Sung, soft power, the power of softness. It's extremely important. I've got other things to say about this, about the Tao, the yin and the yang, how being soft makes you hard, how being weak makes you strong. That's the subject of a different video, but I'd just like you to meditate on Fong Sung, let go, and find softness. See you next time.